Okay, today we are playing a game on Blizzard World. We are in the Gold SR range, and we'll be playing the majority of this game as Reinhardt, though there is a little bit of Roadhog right at the start, but it would be a lie to say this is a Roadhog video, so it's Reinhardt. It's Reinhardt. Current team composition is D.Va, Roadhog, Hanzo, McCree, Mercy, and Zenyatta, so you can probably see why we changed to Reinhardt. Right now we've got D.Va, Roadhog, which is unbelievably terrible as a combination of tanks. It's not the absolute worst, because the absolute worst is Zarya Roadhog, but D.Va Roadhog's pretty close, quite bad. We'd also rather not have Hanzo as one of our DPS, especially on defense, but what can you do? Sometimes life is difficult like that. Now, in the accompanying email, we do have a question. As a primary tank, one is usually spending most of their time on the front lines dealing with the bulk of the enemy team. This makes it very frustrating when there are flankers killing your team, and you can't really do anything about it because then your front line collapses. In these scenarios, is there a tank to pick that can help deal with the flankers and backliners while still applying some forward presence? Should I switch to a secondary tank that can deal with flankers, even if it means having no primary tank? So, the second part's easy. The answer is no, you shouldn't change to an off-tank if there's no main tank, because you'll probably just get rolled over anyway, because your team will be lacking presence, and that just makes it very hard to stop people marching over you. So, that part, no, you shouldn't do that. The thing is, this is one of those questions where there's not a good answer to it, right? The best tank you can probably pick for some frontline presence and still helping the backline is probably Orisa, because she's at least ranged, so you can still help the backline without really going all that out of your way. And she's sort of in between main tank and off tank. I don't consider her a main tank, despite what some people will tell you. So basically, you have to decide, is me going back to help the backline more important than me staying at the front line? Like, should I give up ground over here to help my backline? And basically, if half your team is going to get killed behind you, just give up on the front line and go and help with the backline. Because if half your team is dead behind you, it doesn't matter where you're standing, the enemy team's just going to kill you anyway. It's one of those things where if you're in a situation where you're wondering, like, this kind of question to yourself, things are not looking very good. Ideally, right, you're playing the main tank, and there's another tank that can go and help the backline, or there's just somebody kind of bodyguardy on the team, like McCree can help with flankers, Reaper can help with divers, that kind of thing. Ideally, you don't have to worry about it as the main tank, and you can just worry about being the front line. If you're in a position where you're playing the main tank and you have to decide between being the front line and helping the back line, things are not looking good. Yeah, it's, Orisa's about... You can try and pick, like, one of the in-between tanks and try and make something of it, like Orisa. D.Va's kind of in between. Winston's kind of in between, though I consider him more of a main tank than an off tank. But yeah, it's not a good situation. There's no good answer to that question. You basically just have to make the call: do I give up ground to help them in the backline or not? And yeah, that's kind of it. Don't pick an off tank to try and deal with if you don't have a main tank, though, because if you change to Roadhog as the only tank to try and kill, like, the Winston and the Genji, probably going to lose anyway, because the rest of the team is just going to march at you, and you're not going to have anything to stop them. Having a tank like a big frontline presence tank like Reinhardt is very important. There was a fucking Red on Overwatch University today, and I was like, suck it, oh fucking Reddit, right? It's like, there's like, oh, it turns out having a shield is really important because two of the most winningest heroes are Orisa and Reinhardt. Reinhardt's at like a 52% win ratio everywhere below Masters or something like that. I was like, yeah, fucking suck it, Reddit. Suck my dick. I fucking told you Reinhardt was a good hero, despite what you were telling me. Who would have guessed Reddit was wrong? That's definitely never happened before. Fuck him. I can't wait for the immediate pivot into, oh, Reinhardt's actually really strong. We were, I saw that post on Reddit, I was so upset about it. Well, I felt vindicated. I was also upset about it on principle alone. There was another post on Reddit today that upset me. Fuck it, I'm gonna go find this post. Y'all can be upset with me. Hold on, we'll go, hold on. Overwatch University, because this thread was really good, right? So it was. Is it still on the first page? Oh my god. Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Where's it gone? Here we go. So the title of the thread is How to Gain SR Without Any Practice at All. So that's really good to start with, right? Now let's bring this bad boy over here so that we can all look at it together, right? We're just gonna shame this person real quick, right? Because their opinion is bad and they should feel bad. So, there are tips that really help with your gameplay and raise a few SR without having to practice, but some of these is having money spent. If you don't have a 144Hz plus monitor, invest immediately. Not only are they going to make you a better player almost instantly, but they're just incredible to play on. Go through all of your settings and match those to those of the competitive players, mostly low. Settings also like allied health bars and lowering your render scale to 75% also helps a lot as the red outline around an enemy becomes much more visible. Have space to play, yeah. Buy a bigger desk, you know. Mount sensitivity, and a microphone, of course. Oh, just pay money. Buy a better frame rate, and you'll be better without having to practice at all. That's how it works. Definitely. 100%. I've played on a 144Hz monitor before. I can't even fucking see the difference. Surely there is a difference, but it's not. Going from 30 to 60 is insane. But going from 60 to 144, not so much. Not so much of an upgrade. Oh, I was so upset. And here is the other one. Oh, look at this. Look. I want everyone to see with me, right? Look at that. Oh, who would have guessed? Look at that. Reinhardt's doing really well. How strange. How fucking strange. Who's doing the worst? Hanzo and Anna. Who would have guessed? Oh, I was upset. All right, now that everyone's been upset with me, or perhaps not, but now that I've explain to you all thoroughly why I'm upset, let's actually start the game. Oh, I'm a very passionate man, I don't know if you can tell. Oh, I was so angry at Reddit today. It's a shame it's a day too late to actually have done, like, the Sunday video about it. Oh, that would have been a good video. So, we're defending Blizzard World right now. I'm still angry, god damn it. So we've managed to kill their Roadhog, which is a great start. We got pinned, but he got stunned. Now both their tanks are dead. So they're going to have a lot of trouble winning this fight. And we can just sort of start muscling back in on them. Missed the McCree. Just like, be cool. Aim better is not helpful advice, but like, this McCree is like super out of position. And we just like whip our whole body around to try and hook this boy. Just like, be cool. He's out of position. You got a long time to actually line up that shot on him. No need to, like, fling your mouse across the desk to try and get him. You can play it cooler than that. Usually the issue with aiming is that people are too rushed and fidgety. You can usually take longer to line up a shot than you think you have, and just taking the extra half second to line something up can be all the difference. So we fended off the first push. We almost have the Rudy Tooty Whizbang Shooty built up, which is cool. It's not really one of those big money ultimates, but it is basically just, this fight's not happening today. So we've hooked their Roadhog, and he's now going to hobble away. So he's using Tac Visor over there. We decided to use the ultimate, but we're kind of like really far forward, and you know, this is the thing where it's going to be really hard for us to stop them running at us because we don't have anything to break Reinhardt's barrier. Because McCree and Hanzo dying. Too much vitriol. So Hanzo and McCree are not exactly all-star barrier breakers, right? So we're gonna have oh my god. I'm dying. I don't know why I'm dying, but I'm dying suddenly. They're not exactly all-star barrier breakers. What a terrible video this has been so far, Jesus Christ. They're not exactly all-star barrier breakers, so we're going to have trouble stopping them marching in. And then they were using Tac Visor as well, and we don't have anything fantastic at stopping Tac Visor. So they just kind of got to walk over us, which is very upsetting. We changed to Reinhardt soon. I think we changed like in the 4th minute of the video. So D.Va's lost her mech. That's really bad, because now it's just us. Now it's just us as tank. We've got to like we got to use cover more than we're using it, because we're spending a lot of time standing out in the open this game so far. This was true on the previous checkpoint as well, to be fair. We're spending a lot of time out in the open, just kind of getting hit. We're not using cover, and we're giving the enemy team a lot of ult charge as a result, because Roadhog's really good at giving the enemy team ult charge. He's an ult battery of a hero. Also, we can't stop Earth Shatter, so that's really terrible as well. If you don't have, like, a shield to stand behind, you have to use cover a lot more, because otherwise, you just get shot. And getting shot is not what we're really looking for in this business. Have you all played on Blizzard World since they moved this checkpoint? It's so much fucking better. Oh my god, it's such a drastic improvement. They moved it way further than I thought they were going to as well. Like, they moved it, like, way down. It's so much, it's a bit too far. They moved it, like, really far down. It's so much better. Oh my god. Don't have to do this fucking last death push bit up into the circle, thank goodness. So now we're playing Reinhardt for the rest of the game. So 2 of them are already dead. Firestrike this boy sooner, because he's like... Firestrike just does more damage. Like, just... You want that boy dead faster. Roadhog, we didn't quite block the shot. I appreciate that we tried to block the shot, but did we actually block... No, we might have blocked the shot. No, we did. She's like full health still. Great. So Roadhog over here is trying real hard to get himself killed. At this point, walking into this boy is not really tenable anymore, because we're running into Roadhog this whole time still, but, like, his team is regrouping behind him. Soldiers up on the high ground, and the rest of his team's coming. We can't just, like, keep marching down this hallway at him anymore, because we're gonna get killed. Mercy decided to res us right as Soldier put Tac Visor on, so now she's dead, Zenyatta's also dead. Now, fortunately, he decided to do this while half of his team is dead as well. So even though we lost both of our supports, his team isn't here to fully capitalize on it, and our team doesn't have very far to go. We've got the spawn advantage right now, so it all works out for us. We've managed to build up Earth Shatter during that team fight. Their Reinhardt's probably getting kinda close to having it back, honestly, because a whole, like, scuffle, a kerfuffle, a hoedown, if you will, happened after he used it, so he's probably getting close to having Earth Shatter again at this point. Close enough that I would just assume he has it. If he doesn't have it right now, he'll have it by the time he goes in to start fighting, probably. Now, our team has gotten a lot better at breaking barriers, though, because we now have a Junkrat. They have a Soldier and a McCree. So, suddenly, our team is better at breaking barriers than theirs is. Also, someone on their team just left. That's a plus for us. I'm pretty sure he comes back. So, the scary thing here is that if, like, McCree and Soldier get up on the high ground, that's really annoying for us to deal with. But, yeah, he's back. Bastion just came up behind, set up behind Reinhardt and kind of mowed him down. We should have been up here sooner, really, because we can stand up here, and if we need to, we can just jump down on top of the payload to start defending it. It's one of those things where if you need to get off of the high ground, that's really easy. If you need to be on the high ground, that's harder to pull off. So, fight break now. Transcendence is happening. Nobody's dying anymore. Hooray. Now, there Reinhardt, he's probably getting close to having Earth Shatter. This is a very awkward position to use Earth Shatter in, because there's all kinds of shit in front of us that Earth Shatter doesn't like to interact with, right? There's fucking little line of sight breaks. There's an incline. Oh my, I wouldn't do it. And even if you hit, like, it's not looking to be a great Earth Shatter regardless, because everybody's kinda out of the way over here. So it's not really a good time to use Earth Shatter. We could have held it for a better opportunity. Like, if we use it as they're trying to come in right now, right? Like, more out in the open. That's better. Earth Shatter's so inconsistent around pieces of geometry as well, that I just don't even use it around doorways anymore. Just like, you just don't know. The other day there was a question that was like, can you use Earth Shatter, can you get Earth Shatter through a barrier if you're close enough? I'm like, yeah, you can, but Jesus Christ, that's scary. Earth Shatter is a fickle beast. Sometimes it goes under the payload, sometimes it doesn't go under the payload, sometimes it hurts that guy around the corner, sometimes it doesn't. Earth Shatter's a very strong ultimate, but it's also a finicky bitch. It's also probably the ult that is definitely the ult where people most often die during the activation period, right? So many times I've seen a Reinhardt go ham, and not hit anybody, or hit everybody and then immediately die and not be able to do anything with it anyway. But him and Lucio really suffered the most from that, didn't they? Like, Lucio and Reinhardt got really fucked by that change. It was specifically because of things like Genji, where you could stun him while he was drawing the blade, and it would get all refunded. It was, you know, it would actually end up helping the Genji in some situations. That doesn't happen anymore, but now Lucio can get really fucked on his ultimate. So 2 of their team are currently dead. The video's a little quiet. It's probably because it's fucking muted right now. Aha! He's found out why. I was like, I can't hear a damn thing. That'll probably be because it's making literally 0 sound right now. So, some of their team are dead right now, and they've got to rush forward to try and touch the point. Unfortunately, their Reinhardt has managed to Earth Shatter our team. Where was he? He's up there. I know what that boy's thinking. I see a Reinhardt up there by himself. I'm like, he wants it. And we gotta block it, right? That's our department. We missed the charge, which is unfortunate. It's not like it's a great Earth Shatter, but anytime that your team gets Earth Shattered by the enemy team, you should see that as being your mistake. What the fuck was that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that, my child over there? Ah! Fucking cats, Jesus Christ. We also haven't seen him use Earth Shatter in so long that he clearly has it, and he's trying to line up some shit. So we should have been there to block that. We weren't there to block that, and that's bad. Nothing came of it, but it can come of it, so we should still take it as a mistake. Because it was a mistake. It's typically good practice to take mistakes as a mistake. I know, startling. You okay? You dying? Alright, fine, be that way. Whatever. Fucking cats. I wasn't your Discord. So, we got some indecision about where want to go up. I hate going either way. I don't like either way, really. Like, going this way is better on average, but God, if the enemy team just, like, spams into the doorways as you're trying to come out of them, like, God forbid you try to come through this doorway and there's a Symmetra and a Junkrat out there. It just feels so fucking bad, right? But like going through the gate is just such a long way to go to get anywhere that it's like not really tenable to go that way. But God, I hate both paths on Blizzard World. It's just, honestly, best path, hardest path to get your team to go with you on is come through the gate, but then go up this doorway. Because it's pretty quick to get there, and you can be in cover most of the time to get to the doorway. And then you can come up behind and get the people off of here. Because inevitably some people are going to be up here. Probably not everybody. Very rare I see 6 people sat up here. So, you come up here, get them off, and then you're in a pretty good position because suddenly you're overlooking the objective and you can just sit up there and pick people up and wait for a good engage and then try to move in, and you can move up the right side, which is covered. That's the best way to go, but good luck getting your team to go that way. I'm gonna make a Blizzard World map video eventually. I'm just so lazy. So lazy. I'll probably do it tomorrow. So, we're almost dead. That's really bad. Why are we almost dead? We're being very bad with shield management right now, because we don't need to be holding it up right now. We're not actually blocking anything, because they're more preoccupied with everything happening up there. So we could be letting the shield regenerate during this period. Because the goal is to have the shield up as little as possible as Reinhardt, realistically. Nothing over here. Nothing happening to us right now, so we can put it down. Torbjorn actually just slides in and shivs us real good. Oh my god, this is scary. There's a big health kit in the room behind you. Go get the big health kit. There's another one below the staircase as well if you're really scared about it, but just go back in the room. There's a health kit in there. Shield management, really big part of Reinhardt. The goal is to have the shield up as little as possible. If you see a Reinhardt that blocked 50k damage, probably just, like, let his barrier get broken a few times for, like, no reason. Like, it's not actually that impressive. Goal is to have it up as little as possible. So not, like, don't do this. Because we come out here holding the shield up, and then we're like, wait, is our team here? Confirm if your team is there before you go out, right? And then you go out and you put the shield up in front of them, and then you start moving forward. We come out and, like, we gotta wait for our team to kind of collect behind us, so by the time we get in here, starting to get through the doorway, our shield's mostly broken again. So, shield really low, letting it recharge. Very scary, very scary. Roadhog out of position, let's get this boy. I would do the same thing. Unfortunately, we just didn't do it. We didn't pin him in time. Probably could have done if we did it a little bit sooner. I would have done the exact same thing. I'm like, that Roadhog's out of position. I want him dead. And the enemy team is so far away that they'll have trouble helping him. Both our supports are dead. We should be leaving. We should not be here behind. We should not be here. I was reading him saying behind, and it fucked me up. We shouldn't still be there anymore. See, both supports dead. It's over. Just back out. So, as you can see, things are not going well, and as you can see, the video is almost over. So things aren't about to get much better, unless they're suddenly about to get a lot better, right? Doesn't get a lot better. We've got like a Mei and a Widowmaker now, I think, is our DPS. No, we got a McCree over there. No. Why did I see Mei? We must just have a Mei on there as well, unless they changed. I don't know. I saw we had a Mei. It's bad. Things are bad right now. So this is the principal issue with coming through the gate, is that by the time you get anywhere, your shield is largely broken, because it is such a long trek that you have to make, which is why the left path is better on average, but boy, does coming out of that doorway feel bad. So we got Mercy out, great. We're not doing good on shield management, but we keep flicking our shield up, which is basically not really doing much when we flick it up, except stopping our shield from recharging. There's a temptation with Reinhardt to, like, flick the shield up quite frequently. You've gotta have self-control and not do it. Because even if you flick it up and it didn't take any damage, it still wasn't regenning. That still reset the regen period on your shield, so you gotta have self-control. So 2 of our team are dead right now, so pushing in is going to be very difficult. Only 1 out of our team is dead right now, so pushing in is still going to be difficult, but less difficult. It's still going to be difficult, though. So, at this point, playing Reinhardt doesn't really look like it's going to work out. At this point, I'd probably change to Orisa, because we need something to try and get rid of those boys off of the high ground. And is this on mute again? No, it's just quiet. So, we need something to try and get those boys off the high ground. We're not going to do that as Reinhardt, and like getting in is proving to be difficult right now. With Orisa, you can still try and walk yourself forward. And you can still try and do something about those people up there on the high ground. Well, what about Winston? They've got a Torbjorn. That's real scary. I wouldn't do that. So if maybe we can shoot up there with Diva, that'll help dislodge them a little bit. It's just like at this point, Reinhardt's not looking like it's going to work out, so I would try Orisa just to see if it goes better. I can at least do something about the high ground up there. Or we can try and march ourselves up onto the high ground, but, you know, that's hard because right now we're having a lot of trouble getting in the door at all. Here comes the cat. Here's the cat. You know, maybe Roadhog would be bad. I was going to say maybe Roadhog. Roadhog would be bad because then we'd have Diva Roadhog again. I can't really see the screen right now because my cat is sort of in the way. Winston would not be great because diving up there into a Torbjorn and the rest of his team, and a Roadhog, is going to be really hard, so Winston's not very good. Zarya could be good because you can kind of affect the fight up there, and Graviton could fuck them up pretty bad because they're all pretty in together. Also, Tracer was fucking up our backline. Zarya can help with Tracer fucking up your backline as well. Basically, though, probably weren't going to win this fight. Gotta try and do something about the Tracer, because the Tracer was, like, killing people behind us, which is also a bad thing, believe it or not. Yeah. I don't think it was a fight. I don't think this was a game that you were ever gonna win. I hate attacking Blizzard World so much. I hate defending Blizzard World as much as well. I hate Blizzard World. Yeah, my recommendation for attack would be try Orisa instead, just because, like, it's pretty evident, like 2 minutes into that round, that Reinhardt isn't gonna work. So, or it's not likely to work, at least, so trying something else is better than just sticking to the thing that isn't working, usually, anyway. Sometimes what you change to is even worse, but... Right. So, shield management, it was kind of the biggest thing for it. Use cover if you don't have a tank, if you don't have a shield to stand behind. And worry more about your backline getting killed. I know that, you know, it's not something, I fucking play Reinhardt. I don't want to march my ass back there to try and deal with the people diving the backline, but unfortunately, if they just die behind me, I'm not doing anything anyway, so I gotta try, right? I gotta try, even if it's not what I want to be doing with my time. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you did, if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. Sorry for complaining for about 20 minutes in this video, but I like to complain. It's kind of what we do. It's all we're good at in England. We're good at complaining and nothing else. Hope you found the video helpful. What a terrible video that was. Whoo!